What's happening, Achievers? Ajit Sidhu here. It's another beautiful day. It's raining outside. However, the flowers are getting their lovely water. So today what I want to speak about is something that I was going through and I thought I would share it with everyone. Today I felt really overwhelmed, and I've spoken about this, about the questions you have in your head and the emotions that you go through, especially negative emotions. They're all your inner voice, your inner commentator telling you that something's up, you need to change something. Now, in my head today, I was going through so many different things, and it usually just takes one thing, as I said yesterday, it just takes one thing to put you on a spiral, to go round and round and down. And then you bring up everything else that was in your mind, and you just don't realize why you went down this spiral. But you got to catch yourself. You really got to catch yourself before you go down and hit the ground. And I was speaking to my mum today. I decided to try to offload to my mother, and she said something which was really nice. She said. When it comes to overwhelm, you just have to remember that there's a higher power. When it comes to the emotions that you're feeling, there is a higher power that's watching you, and that higher power is challenging you. Now, it doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. The higher power could be internally your subconscious that's actually pushing you through, but maybe that is the higher power that everyone else believes that it's God inside. We don't know. However, there is always something that wants you to push, to move things forward. And when you stagnate, you do start feeling overwhelmed. You start feeling down. You start thinking, oh, I've got to push through this, and you hit that wall. But one thing we have to remember, with achievement, with any new skill, you shoot up. Imagine you start a new sport. You shoot up. You got the skill. You're doing it like myself when I did martial arts. I was in there. I started punching, learning how to punch. I learned how to kick. I learned how to move, and I was improving so fast. I was loving it. And then all of a sudden, when a new technique is introduced, a harder technique is introduced, I felt a plateau. And I was like, I can't do this. My muscles aren't stretched. And you start questioning yourself. You start thinking about disempowering questions. But then you just got to push through. You got to start questioning yourself in an empowering way. And then you push through and you break. And then you start going up again. And then you reach the next step. And then the next step. And then the next step. And that's how achievement happens. That's how winning occurs. It goes up, you shoot up with a skill, and then you reach a plateau. But when you reach the first plateau, that's when people think, whoa, this is not for me. This is not for me. You know, I'm out. We just got to remember to break through that. Now, when we hit that plateau, you get the feeling of overwhelm. It gets too much. You're trying to break through. You're trying to figure out. You're going on Google to search for answers. But the truth is, we just have to look at ourselves and get into a peak state. Get into a peak state and then make a decision. Now, with myself, I feel like people hold me back sometimes. And I'm a very creative person, and I've got to keep moving forward. But when people don't understand you, what they want to do is put shackles on you and hold you back. And when they put shackles on you and hold you back, it's like the crabs. If you get a box full of crabs and one crab starts crawling up, the other crabs grab hold. I'll just move back here. They grab hold and they pull that crab down. So you don't actually have to put a lid on top of a box full of crabs, because none of them will ever be able to get out, because one will grab and then the other one will grab and they'll bring them down and they'll stay in there. But we as achievers have to break through. We have to climb out of that crab box and move forward and find someone who can push us forward. If it's not someone physical, you can find so many mentors in the YouTube video. But that's something that we have to remember. We have to just keep moving forward. Remember about the plateau, but also there's a plane that takes off from an airport. It takes off and flies and is going from London to America. And as it's flying to America, over the sea, do you think it just goes straight, directly over? No, it doesn't. It zigzags, it's off course, and then it comes back, and the computer system kicks in and it puts it back, and then it goes off course, and then it goes back and off course, and off course, and off course. And every single time it goes off course, about 90% of the time it's off the course. But we're exactly like that. We are off course, and we just have to bring it back, and we're off course to achieving our goals, our wants, our personal achievements. This is something we have to remember. This is the process. This is the process. But also, from going through the process, by knowing the process, we can achieve much more. And the way to figure out, the way to ensure the aeroplane has enough fuel to be able to divert and go across. We just need to remember why. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why do we want that goal? Why do we want to make the money? Why do we want to achieve a good physique? Why? It comes down to personal happiness. It all comes down to personal happiness. Or you want to spend more time with your children, which again comes down to why do you want to spend more time with the children? To get personal happiness. And that's one thing we have to always remember. Find out why are you doing it, adding value to people's lives, and then keep pushing forward. Because the focus that you have, the saying I believe goes, where focus goes, energy flows. So you just got to remember, if you're focused on the outcome and your plane is going off course, don't give up, just keep pushing forward. And if that plane is going off course and someone's trying to pull it away to a different course, smack them away and then keep going forward. And that is one huge thought that I whilst I was doing my exercise, was going through the process. As humans, we will continuously get these emotions. Emotions never disappear. Emotions are our guidance. They guide us to our end goal. We just have to remember that. Negative emotions as well. We try to push the negative emotions in a box. However, in the nursery, we teach children to let our emotions out. But as adults, it's shunned upon. No, we should let our emotions out. We should feel our emotions. We should find someone that really understands, who can listen to us, our emotions. And once we've gathered our thoughts, then you can divert the plane back or onto the course. And then it will go off course again. And then you divert it back and then back. But the key to everything is gratitude. When you're thankful, absolutely thankful and full of gratefulness, then your focus changes from the overwhelm to what you're trying to focus on, why you're doing it. You start focus on the greatness. The feeling that you want is just in gratitude. And that is the key to the fuel for the plane to ensure that it goes to its destination. That is the driving force, the steering wheel that makes the aeroplane go back and forth. I don't even think it's called a steering wheel. However, I'm going to classify it as a steering wheel that makes the plane go back and forward. Gratitude is the thing that will get you past the plateau. Because if we're thankful, if we are truly thankful, we should be thankful that our feet touch the floor every single day. And when your feet touch the floor in the morning, the first thing that should come into our minds is thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What are we grateful for? Thank you, I love you, thank you, I love you. And get those emotions and break through and feel great. I'm going to go now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, and I love you.